Welcome back to another episode of Behind Closed Doors,
the podcast where we unpack the realities that people don't always see or talk about.
I'm Shafana.
I'm Gauri.
And I'm Anusha.
And you're watching... Today's episode is a heavy but important one. We're dividing conflict in relationships and more specifically intimate partner violence, often hidden, misunderstood, and far more common than many of us realize. This isn't just about statistics or theory, it's about real people, real experiences, and the gap between what research tells us and what actually truly happens in everyday life. Throughout this episode, we'll be exploring how our empirical research on conflict and intimate partner violence aligns with real-world experiences from someone who works closely with survivors. We are incredibly honored to be joined by our guest today, Shanaz, a dedicated senior mentor who graduated with a double degree in psychology and communications at the Honorable University at Buffalove. Her work has made a meaningful impact in the lives of many survivors, and she'll be sharing her thoughts her experiences from the group. Before we get into the actual podcast, let's review the 3 key research articles that examine intimate partner violence from different perspectives. The first article by Eckhart and colleagues explored the role of alcohol in intimate partner aggression. Participants in alcohol and non-alcohol groups were exposed to simulated conflict, and results showed that alcohol increased aggression mainly through aggressive thoughts rather than emotions such as anger. This highlighted the role of distorted thinking in escalating violence. The second article by Bradley and Gottman evaluates mechanisms that decrease intimate partner violence in low-income, situationally violent couples. The article hypothesized that intimate partner violence would be reduced through skills taught during intervention programs. 115 low-income couples were randomly assigned to a treatment and control group, and through questionnaires, participants were measured for healthy relationship skills and intimate partner violence. The key findings show that the intervention programs reflects an increase in demonstrating healthy relationship skills such as conflict management, communication, and enhanced intimacy, predicting a decrease in intimate partner violence. The third and final article by Cullen focuses on the methods used for reporting intimate partner violence. The study compared the traditional face-to-face survey method of reporting intimate partner violence to an indirect anonymous list survey method. The indirect list method resulted in a 35% increase in intimate partner violence, reporting a crucial finding for accurate intimate partner violence measurements for survivors. Our 3 articles span a breadth across our topic for aggression it causes for intimate partner violence, measuring IPV instances more accurately and conflict management skills. A common theme is the need for immense clear communication when negotiating conflict. These findings are highly relevant to Shanaz's work at HCSA Dayspring. For example, the issue of underreporting aligns with the challenges practitioners face in identifying victims who may be reluctant to disclose abuse. Similarly, the role of cognitive patterns and conflict escalation reflects the behaviors observed in real-life cases. Finally, the emphasis on communication and relationship skills directly connects to intervention programs used to support couples and families.
Hi Shanaz, thank you so much for coming down to this interview. Thank you so much for taking the time to come down and talk to us today. So would you mind introducing yourself to the audience watching?
Hi, my name is Shanaz, and I'm a SIMUB alumni. Yeah.
What was your program? What did you do?
I did Psychcoms double major. Yeah.
Nice. What are you working as right now?
I'm working as a senior mentor at Dayspring, which is under HCSA Community Services.
Oh, okay. So, what is your week like? What are your responsibilities as a senior mentor?
So as a senior mentor, I have to run shift, and I also am the first person that the other mentors go to when they need help, in a sense. So I mainly handle incidents. So the incidents could range from like dysregulations, being aggression, or like crying, and like them acting out loud. And we try to help them regulate their emotions in a way that at the end of their stay, they do it themselves instead of us always being there for them.
The clients that you work with, they are usually what kind of demographic?
They are between 12 to 18, so they are teenagers,
Oh.
and they are usually from trauma backgrounds. Yeah, so my day spring has actually two different areas. One is small group care and one is therapeutic group care.
Okay.
So the therapeutic group is more of active trauma cases, while the one I'm in is there has been trauma previously, but right now they have behavioral issues that stems from trauma. Yeah, so we deal with those cases and try to mainly focus on those behaviors and try to change it to something more positive.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what kind of things do you do? How do you talk to your clients? How do you what is it like a day in your life, like as a senior mentor?
Okay, so a day in a life is a bit different, but to answer your first question,
Yeah.
like how do you do it, is we go through this training where we follow this thing called CTRT. It's called Choice Theory and Reality Therapy. So it is what we follow, and that's how we also teach the roles.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, in short, it means you cannot change what other people do, but you can change how you react to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how we kind of teach them to regulate your own emotions. Like you can't change others, but you can change how you take it, in a sense. So that is our main philosophy in my area, SGC. Yeah. So yeah, a day in my life is I come to work and then I try to look through of what needs to be done. So the girls actually have a strict schedule that they have to follow, and this is also part of their therapy. It's a part of them growing in a sense. So the more they follow, so it's a form of structure for them, and this structure gives them a form of like calmness, safety, so
stability.
Yeah, stability. In a sense. So that's why we have that structure for them, so that they know what to expect. Yeah.
Do you see yourself more like a counselor to these girls and women, or like as a friend?
We are not supposed to be their friends because a friend is okay. So a lot of these girls see us as like a parent figure, a sister figure, more than a friend. Because the moment you're a friend, then I think the demographics is a bit different.
Okay.
Yeah. So they kind of need the attachment. So they kind of form the attachment with us, and we are supposed to be their main role models in a sense. So they don't know what a healthy attachment looks like, and we are there to show it to them. Yeah.
So you're modeling that healthy attachment to them through that mentorship.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay. So I wanted to ask, what does conflict in relationships look like to you?
Does this pertain like my residents or more like their parents?
It could be in both scenarios. You could tell me like how that looks like, but maybe first considering your experiences and your mentorship with your clients, how has conflict in relationships showed up for them?
So a lot of these girls, again, like they're finding attachment figures, so they usually find boyfriends, girlfriends. So a lot of times they try to find people through online, and a lot of these comes with like fights. And these fights can go from like just verbally to like even like people trying to meet them outside kind of thing. So I think at times what we try to do is like calm them down and then ask them to think through the decision and what if this happened, what is the consequence?
Okay.
Yeah, that's mainly it for like their relationship. Like yeah, but like I guess they also have their own relationship problem. Doesn't have to be like romantic, but they also have like trust issues. Yeah, and also this can cause from like, oh, she said this about me, she said that about me, and it goes into bullying one another. Yeah, and that may come off as re-traumatizing in a sense.
Oh wow! So your clients have experiences also with intimate partner violence. Is there, in your experience?
There is. I don't know if I can share too much.
Of course.
There are girls who have been like sexually abused in the past. So a lot of them do come from that background, and they are really afraid of like maybe managing or like maybe like it's just talk and sexual talk and stuff like that. So this causes them a lot of anxiety. Yeah, and it pushes them to become more avoidant.
Oh, actually, before we get into the first article that I have for you, I also did want to ask, like, what was your transition like from a UB graduate to the position you hold now?
I actually got this job from acquaintance.
Right.
So I was actually finding for a part-time job while I was already in uni.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess it started off with 3 days a week. So while I'm not in uni, I would go to work. And it was just like a normal 8-hour shift. Yeah. And then when I ended uni, they asked me if I wanted to continue on to become full-time. And at that point, I was already quite used to work and like knowing what needs to be done. So I think the transition was quite easy because I was already in it while I was in uni. Essentially.
Okay, so the first article that I want to bring to you and to just get your opinion about these empirical findings. So the first article is titled "Cognitive and Affective Mediators of Alcohol-Facilitated Intimate Partner Violence." So this study, a key finding from it was that alcohol increased aggressive cognitions, aggressive thought patterns in people, and that led to more aggressive behaviors or intimate partner aggression within the couples. What do you think about that? What do you think about that finding?
I think I have heard a lot of those cases in the girls' backgrounds. So a lot of times we get to see how their background was like before they come to join Dayspring or into the program. So a lot of times I think we do see this where there is fights or domestic violence, but also with alcohol being involved, either alcohol or drugs or other form of substance in a sense. So yeah, it does show that the substance can make you go more into domestic violence lines.
In your as a care professional in that sense, how do you approach a client that is struggling in that kind of relationship with substances and also maybe with their partner?
With substance. So to answer with substance, mainly we try to see whether they have a form of addiction first. Maybe I think now the generation is stuck on vape. Right. Vape and cigarettes. So they do try to smuggle it in a lot of times. So when we do get it right, then we try to see how often it is and whether they have any withdrawal symptoms. Yeah, and how their mood is like, because their mood really gets affected from these kind of substances.
Right.
Yeah, from being always agitated to once they have the vape, then they're really, really calm. Yeah. So it does show that without it, they get more agitated, more violent in a sense.
Those withdrawal symptoms making them more irritable. And does that show up in their relationships as well?
I think you can also see it from their messaging. So these girls like to share about their lives to us and stuff, and you can actually see how they text their partner and stuff. And they call their partners names and stuff when they're angry.
Right.
And I think there's a difference with substance and without, in a sense. We try to get them help mainly. So we try to get them. I don't know what's that called, the National Addiction Center or something.
Right.
Yeah, we try to get them sessions there and try to get them off that kind of. Yeah, but they must be willing.
In your experiences, the clients that struggle the most with substance use or substance abuse in their relationships, do you feel that it is coming from when they use substances or actually when they are withdrawing from it? Do you feel like their aggressive behaviors are more linked to their emotions or their thought processes?
I think mainly both.
Okay.
But I think there's a higher chance for thought process.
Okay.
Because I think at times it's because they cannot think properly that they start becoming more aggressive or like more agitated, unable to listen. Like example, this girl will be like, it's usually someone who listens to whatever we say, but then because she's going through maybe like a withdrawal, she's not listening at all, and she's going around everywhere, something like that. I think it's more of like I'm able to think through the situations because we do have consequences for their actions.
Right.
So like a lot of the girls, if they're able to understand that, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna get a consequence. Yeah, so I've got to stop now. If not, they're gonna give me the consequence. They're giving me a warning, I should stop. But a lot of times, I think when the girls are like, it's also with smoking. They're like, okay, I don't care anymore. You know, like they're unable to do that, thinking, okay, this means consequence, or more like more relaxed, more unable to like link things. Yeah.
Do you find that they are like apathetic to the consequences, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it also comes from like since they already did something, they rather just go on.
Okay.
Just get the consequences. That's fine.
Normally, do the consequences help give them like structure of like, okay.
Because mainly it's a form of teaching them good and bad.
Okay.
Because again, I think in their lives it's been very hard for them to find out themselves what is good and what is bad. So through this consequence, and we also have a reward system.
Okay.
Yeah. And through the consequence and reward systems, we kind of show that okay, you do this, it's not gonna help you. Yeah. Yeah, and it's mainly how our society works also. Like now you can do this and get away, but if you're like 19, 20, can you get away with this action? You cannot. Yeah, it's trying to give them accountability for their actions.
Before they become a legal adult.
Yeah.
I see. Oh, Shanaz, I was curious about one thing. With all the close emotional work that you do with your clients, how do you not bring the work home?
I think at the start you kind of do. You just kind of keep thinking about them.
Yeah.
But like, I think at times you have to let go, firstly. And to me, how I usually live my life is like, I like to separate things.
Okay.
So like everything is in a category in my brain.
Okay.
So work is work, home is home.
Got it.
Yeah.
That compartmentalization helps with like keeping it away.
But it may not be helpful. Yeah.
But it's your personal method of
Yeah, but like when I first got my job, in the interview, my manager asked me about this, like how are you gonna handle? And I said, I did this, and then she's like, it's gonna burst someday or another, you know.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta, you know, like unfill your cup every now and then.
Do you have someone you talk to about this?
My manager.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But also like, I guess I don't really need to talk as long as I spend time with people I like, or like it helps me like forget about things. Yeah.
Okay.
And also like on your off days, don't look at the chat. Yeah.
Oh, do you have like a separate work phone and everything? Or?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
if I stay in this job longer, I might.
Okay. I've heard people that like that work in care services or social work, they will have like a work phone that they
Some
never
of my
take
coworkers
home.
do.
I see.
Yeah, but like it's just Teams. I just off my notification for Teams.
Beautiful. I love that. I too would off my notification on Teams. But okay.
But yeah, I think it's helped me my mental health a lot more.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah, because before I used to be constantly on Teams.
Got it.
And every time, like example, someone self-harm, I'll be like, is everyone okay? Yeah, so I used to be panicking for them even though I'm not there.
Right.
Yeah. But at some point you realize that you can't do much. Let them deal with it. They're dealing with it with the best of their abilities and they will help the girl or the child. So like, you can rest also.
Like you have to draw that boundary for you to be able to help them another day.
And get cats.
Get cats. Alright, then I want to bring you to our second article, which is to do with situational violence in low-income couples. And in this article, they define situational violence as something that is a low-level mutual aggression within the couple that is brought along by the specific scenario that they're in. So it's not just like one person being a continuous,
Aggressor.
continuous perpetrator, but it's more like in the situation it gets so heated that they they act out on that aggression. Yeah. Do you think that income level has like overlaps with the types of clients that you see?
I think it goes both ways.
Okay.
Because I think that maybe the lower income levels are more seen, more checked on compared to those of higher SES.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so doesn't technically mean just because you're higher SES, you have lower chances of doing this.
Of course.
Yeah. But I think a lot of times it's just because they have a lot more time with each other in a sense, and then that's where the heated arguments come from.
I see.
But most of our girls come from lower or middle SES.
Okay, so in this article also they used a creating healthy relationships program to put couples that have instances of IPV with each other to go through this program to teach them like better conflict management skills. What are some conflict management skills that you try to teach the clients in your care?
To be honest, their parents are also our clients.
Okay.
Because of just how it works. So like we do have a social worker which works with them and the girls. So our main point is trying to get them back to their families. And to get their families in a stable position, their parents have to be stable. So most of our work, or like our social workers' work, is try to get consensus for both the child and both the parents, and how will it go by without you guys fighting. So I think this does work because I think in my case it's a little bit different because the children are taken away from their homes. Yeah, so I think that might cause a higher chance of them wanting to like go through this kind of like programs to try to find a middle ground to get what they want and both their needs.
Oh yes, there is the complexity of these studies are on like adults, I think 18 plus or 21 plus, and your clients are much younger and they still have so many. Not only do they need their parental care still in their life, but they also need they're still in the process of learning those skills.
But based on this article, I would say for the parents, we try to do it too, so that the residents can go back to their homes essentially, unless it is still unsafe. Then we try to put them elsewhere in other homes after they have stepped down. Yeah. So our home is a tier 2 home, so there's more structure, more rules, more regulations, more schedule compared to tier 1 home. Tier 1 home is a normal children's home. Then our home, and then the top of the pyramid is girls' home.
Got it. What's the difference between a tier 2 home and like a tier 3, I guess?
Okay, so a tier 2 home focuses on trauma.
Okay.
And also tries to rehabilitate these children back.
Okay.
So a lot of our girls also come from SGH.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it's a form of them trying to get back to like normal life before they go back to a tier 1 home. Yeah. And also because the tier 1's homes cannot like handle them, some of them, because maybe too aggressive, too acting out. There's like so many girls in the normal children's home, it's like 40 girls, 40, 50 girls. Right. Compared to ours, we have only like, my program only has 9 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's more specific care given to them, and more modeling, and more mentors to residence ratio. While a tier 3 home is just very, very strict.
Okay.
Yeah. It's essentially, I would say, a form of punishment for their actions.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just mainly structure. If at a tier 2 home, you are still unable to stabilize, then they'll put you in a tier 3 home to stabilize better, to get that form of structure. we still have a bond
Right,
with the residents
right.
compared to that of a tier 3 home.
It
Tier
is-
3
it
home
allows
is
for-
just rules you follow.
Ah. So at least a tier 2 home, there is space for like rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you notice a pattern of your clients? Is there a pattern of your clients coming from families or parental couples that tend to be more situationally violent?
I would say. I
Okay.
would say higher cases,
Is there like
but
there's
not
a
all.
okay, like it's higher
Maybe
likelihood?
half.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is not the only reason.
Yeah.
There's other
Just
reasons
a
also.
correlation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they may have parents who had fights, but there's also another reason.
Mm-hmm.
Combined, then they come here, something like that.
And then they're also still having to learn those developmental skills,
Yeah.
like communication.
Yeah. More like relearn and unlearn what they have seen
I see.
in their homes also.
I see. If not, I guess mirroring what they might have learned at home. I'm curious, what are some other like information sources that they may be mirroring relationship ideas from?
I think they're friends.
Okay.
Yeah. And also like I think mainly both their parents and friends lah. And the type of friends they have come from the same circle as they are.
Right.
Yeah. Because of example, being in homes.
Mm-hmm.
The type of friends they make are also gonna be in homes.
Right.
Yeah. And they also maybe have like tendencies to act out a little bit, kind of.
In your experience, does the internet or like social media also factor in this demographic group?
Yeah. I think a lot. Yeah, but I don't think they create a form of like how relationships supposed to be from social media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, more like they use social media to get what kind of relationships they want.
Oh, okay.
So like they are already finding a lot of their boyfriends online, on Instagram maybe, or like even Telegram. I don't know how, but
Okay.
they do it. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. I thought it would be like the other way around, that they would model their relationship from the internet, but they are already getting learning relationship models from their real life.
Yeah, from their trauma and from like their past. So it's how they unlearn it and become more positive and more find a good relationship. Yeah, because a lot of these girls do find like older men in a sense. So yeah, and that's where I guess the violence comes about, because there's a lot of grooming happening.
I see. Why do you think they seek out older partners?
They explain to us saying that they're more mature, but
Okay.
but I think it's mainly because they act as a form of family.
Okay.
Because they're older, they're able to provide you with stuff compared to that of a 15, 16-year-old of your own age. Or own age group cannot provide that for you. While someone who's like 20 plus, they can buy you things. They can... It's from manipulation, but they are nicer to you compared to that of a...
Would I be right to assume that they are trying to look for a healthy attachment figure from an older person in an older partner?
They try to, but I think at the end of the day, they do realize that they're not the healthiest. And then they go into that cycle of, if it's gonna get worse, let me just stay with this one. How much worse can it get?
Hey everyone, it's your favorite Barbara Asim.
And your muscular Frederick relationships,
Do you ever feel like your nervous system is nervous?
or your bowel system is not functioning,
You can subscribe to our delightful sticker system. Stick a sticker on your forehead when you feel angry, hangry, thirsty,
or anxious. You can even get an extra boost when you're happy.
Retail prices go up to $500 a month, which is cheaper compared to your Netflix subscription. However, special viewers have a very special price. Drum roll! $67 and 67 cents!
Ugh, Frederick, you're extremely peculiar.
Hey! I'm not a pelican. You are the weird one.
Excuse me? It should be an honor to just even sit beside me. You're extremely distasteful and you smell like feet.
Ah! No, I don't. You smell like a cat lady.
Don't bring my cats into this!
What you gonna do?
Before we go to the third and final article, I wanted to show you Dr. Gottman's 7-level of the sound relationship house. So basically, this is what, through his research, him and his team has come up with the ideal way of creating a healthy connection, from building love maps, sharing fondness and admiration, turning towards instead of turning away, a positive perspective towards a partner, conflict management, and then as a couple, making life dreams come true and creating shared meaning. Does this reflect the type of therapy that you help provide for your clients?
I mean, I guess it does, but I guess the degree is different because of what the therapy is trying to achieve compared to this.
Right.
Yeah, but I think it does make sense because I feel like we do try to mold this to our goals, mainly trust and commitment. Yeah, and be like, okay, if you're gonna be in this, you gotta put your 100%. Yeah, like just work for it, and then you will see the results.
In working towards their life goals.
Yeah.
Okay. The specific form of therapy,
CTRD.
Right. Does that have overlaps with the 7-level of sound relationship? Or?
I think mainly turn to words instead of away and the positive perspective.
Oh, okay. How do you try to model that for the girls to, let's say, like to turn towards instead of turn away? What are their typical response? Like, how do they normally want to?
Okay, so like in terms of a problem, you always try to avoid.
Okay.
But instead of avoiding the problem, we try to get them to face it instead.
Okay.
Like, we try to, we call this thing called process. We process with them a lot.
Okay.
We process how they feel,
Okay.
their actions, and it doesn't have to be only for bad things, but largely we do it for like whenever they do something bad or like they come back late or something like that.
Got it.
But it's just for them to understand how they feel and why that action happened. So, and we also try to, so if you see the processing, right, you have a paper, and then we talk about their needs.
Okay.
So, you know the 5 main survival needs?
Like food, water.
So there are 5 needs, which is love and belonging, survival, fun, freedom, and power.
Okay.
So we try to understand why that action happened based on that need.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then we try to address it in a positive way. So example, if they want to meet their freedom needs, like they came back late because they want to have the freedom to do what they want. So we will change it to, okay, if I feel restless, I will do this instead. So we try to change that, them coming late to get their freedom, to doing something in-house to get their freedom. As long as we can accommodate. Yeah.
Or is it like to help them transition into, I guess, a more stable life
Also,
outside of them?
and also thinking positively. More like, okay, you don't have to run away to do what you need. You know, like you can also do this instead to get that same needs met. Yeah.
Okay, you can stay within the safety of the structure and also have your needs met. Okay.
And so I think that plays into both the positive perspective and turn towards instead of away. It helps them both face their problems, based on their needs, and also like push towards a positive perspective on how they can attain their needs without doing something illegal, bad, or like that doesn't follow the guidelines.
Got you. Okay, so for our third and final article, it was actually talking about reporting the methods in which people report intimate partner violence. So in this specific article, they were saying how they found that a more indirect method of reporting IPV, it was like an anonymous list survey that people could fill out. It generated 35% higher reporting as compared to a standard face-to-face interview style. So what do you think about that?
I think you can expect that because a lot of times it's the fear
Right.
and stigma
Right.
around violence in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't matter men or women, but like people who do face violence in relationships, even though they want to get out of it, they do seek some form of safety in their relationship, in that knowing what's going to happen, compared to the uncertainty of getting out of the relationship. So I think to them, staying in that relationship would serve a purpose compared to leaving. So them reporting would go, they wouldn't want to go and report it, essentially.
Like, they cannot they cannot imagine a stable,
The changes in their life.
right.
They cannot imagine the amount of change that they can go through for leaving this person,
Right.
for reporting.
So they rather stay.
Yeah, in relationship because they have that form of, I know what's gonna happen.
Understood.
Yeah, like he's gonna hit me. What else?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. As compared to this entire world of I
Yeah,
have no
because
idea
if they
what
do
can happen.
report, most of the times they separate.
Right.
Yeah, they do separate like the two people,
Mhm.
even with the kids and stuff. They do separate them. So I think the fear of being separated from your family doesn't matter if they are the form of violence or not, but the form of separation causes them more anxiety than their own well-being or something.
Wow. Okay. With these 3 articles, I'm very grateful for all the insight that you've been sharing with us. I do want to ask also, is there something that we as listeners, as anyone who's listening, is there something that we can do to help support some of the work that you do with HCSA? Yes, please.
I would say just look them up.
Okay.
And yeah, they don't only do for teenage girls, but they also
yes.
have this thing called SPIN, and
Uh-huh.
it's for single mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they also do work for people who are fresh out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they do other kinds of work too, and it's all to help people go back into society as a better person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think firstly doesn't have to be a CSA, but like as long as you feel like someone needs help, just help out. It could just be a listening ear to a random person on the street.
Love Yeah.
Yeah, I guess acts of kindness are helpful,
Mm-hmm.
and I think based on from my residents, it's what they remember the most. Yeah, it's what helps them hold on a bit longer. Yeah, so I guess just don't be afraid to show a little kindness.
Love that. Thank you so much, Shanaz. Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoy your insights. Thank you. And to anyone listening, like Shanaz said, show a little kindness. Go volunteer.
Yes, we do.
Yes, reach out, look out for opportunities, and take care of your fellow person with you. Thank you so much, and see you in another episode of Behind the Closed Door. Bye.
As we have come to an end of our podcast, we can see how our research on intimate partner violence and Shanaz's experience align. Many of Shanaz's experience reflect what research from our 3 articles found, which was how alcohol has increased aggression by affecting the thought process of individuals, which ultimately leads to conflicts. Shanaz's experience highlights that although research explains about IPV and the reasons behind it, it might not be fully captured how victims feel in reality. Victims remain in abusive relationships due to multiple factors such as fear, stigma or uncertainty, and factors such as low socioeconomic status and trauma makes interventions more challenging, although there are effective ones in place. A key takeaway from this interview is that intimate partner violence or IPV is not a single factor. While research provides insight into how effective communication skills and structured interventions are, real-world experiences convey the importance of empathy and having a safe, supportive environment. Ultimately, understanding both research and real-life experiences allows us to address IPV by supporting individuals in building safer and healthier relationships. as said by Shanaz, spread kindness. Thank you for listening to another episode of Behind Closed Doors, and we'll catch you on the next.